Hello and welcome to another great week here in Morton Community High School with another episode of our MHS Coaches Show. Ryan Lindley, Eric Myers, and Coach Lindley. We finished up some of our winter sports last week.
Yeah, we're going to primarily spend today talking about the basketball season. Obviously, both teams had fantastic years. Unfortunately, seasons ended last week, but I think on both sides, boys and girls, conference champs for both, 20-plus wins for both. You feel really good about where those teams went this season.
For sure. So let's start with the girls' side. So the girls had a tough matchup. Everybody's going into it last Thursday night. East Peoria sectional there versus Lincoln. Kind of run me through a real quick recap of that game.
Yeah, just Lincoln's really talented, right? And, we were really competitive early on. Then Lincoln really played great defense in the second quarter, and that's kind of where they separated themselves from the Potters. But, you look at Lincoln, they could definitely win a state championship. So
they're headed there Friday.
Yeah, they're headed there Friday, 2 wins away if you're Lincoln from a state title. And I think, I don't like to make predictions, but I feel like there's a really good chance that they could win it.
I think they've won every game by 20-plus points.
Yeah.
They're just in there really well. So, but shout out to our girls, and we actually had an opportunity to sit down with a couple of our girls, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked with two of our seniors, Addie Engel and Izzy Hutchinson. So let's see what Addie Engel and Izzy Hutchinson had to say. All right, welcome back here. Ryan Lindley here with two of our senior girls basketball players, Izzy Hutchinson, Addie Engel. And let's just start with this. Talk to both of you. Just obviously it's a really successful season, regional champs, Mid-Illini champs, but just kind of how do you feel the season went?
I felt it went really well. It was maybe not the end we wanted, but I think throughout the season we really grew as a team, and I had a really fun time, and I think that's what matters.
Kind of the same. It's never fun losing, especially as a senior, but I thought, as the season went on, we progressed and we got better each game.
Awesome. And just kind of maybe individually something that stands out to each of you, so we'll start with Addie on this one.
I think one of my favorite parts of the season was the State Farm Classic. We got second place there. We went as a 7 seed, got second place, and I think that was a really fun time just hanging out with the team, and I feel like that was a great time to bond too.
Awesome. And Izzy, what are you thinking?
I was going to say senior night, also Mid-Illini champs. That was just a fun overall game and really competitive. So
awesome. Let me just ask this, and kind of more individualized question for each of you. So, Addie, you have a ton of experience, right? You're varsity from your freshman year on. What's maybe, over the 4 years, something that you felt like really stood out over that time?
I think my sophomore year, getting to go to state was kind of a highlight of my career. I didn't get to play, obviously, with injuries, but I think just being there and getting to experience that was really cool.
Awesome. And Izzy, here's my question for you. One of the things I always liked watching you play is that when you would just go full speed, attack the basket, and make some high degree of difficulty layup. So my question is, how did you practice that? Would you just charge toward the hoop and practice and work on those shots?
I don't really know how I got good at those. I guess being short it's kind of helped, going into the trees and everything. But I think just trying to work on finishes, trying to finish through contact. So
awesome. Like I said, always enjoyed those. Those are one of the highlights. Let's finish with this question for both of you. So, obviously you are seniors. You had great careers. So let's say there's an 8th grade girl about to start her high school career next year. What advice do you give her?
I would say just work hard and bring a good attitude every day, because you never know what can happen.
I would say keep practicing and don't take anything for granted, because you'll never know how far you can go. So
awesome. Well, congrats to both of you on a great season, great career. Best of luck at the next level, and we'll be watching. And folks, stick around. We'll be right back.
Well, they're here, 2 senior leaders on the floor right there. It's going to be sad to see them go. Lots of looking upwards, though, for our girls basketball program. Coach Becker's doing some amazing things right there, so looking forward to get on the court next fall. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So let's shift gears. Let's go to the boys' side. How'd the boys fare out last Friday night versus Peoria Richwoods?
Yeah, obviously, unfortunately, a loss. Different type of game compared to the girls against Lincoln. Very different type of game. Extremely physical, extremely close, very competitive. One similarity was there was one quarter where we struggled to score. That maybe was kind of the difference in the game. It was the third quarter for the boys against Richwoods, but it still came down to the last play. Potter said had a chance to tie it at the end. Sort of maybe a controversial call. Feel like there could have been a foul called. You never know on those sorts of things. But unfortunately, it's 66-63, Richwood's win. They got a victory over Kankakee last night, actually, as we're filming this. So Richwoods and Metamora are going to play in the sectional final. It'll be an interesting game there.
Should be a very good game. So I wonder if we can find a way to get that out there to the people. But so yeah, very good game. Great season, 28 wins. Ties the school record, correct?
Yeah, 28 wins, tied the school record with the 78-79 team. So, I mean, you think about it, 40-plus year record that they tied. So really a great year in that sense.
Great job for Coach Zeller right there out of the gate, right there, tying the school record. I mean, they set the bar pretty high already for year one. So great job to our boys. And I think we had another opportunity to sit down with some senior boys.
Yeah, got interviews with Evan Barlow and Gus Rugards. Let's take a look at those. Welcome back here. Ryan Lindley here with one of our senior basketball players, Evan Barlow. And Evan, let's just talk about this first. I mean, great season. Kind of, how do you feel season went, though?
We felt it was really good. Putting up 28 wins was tying the school record. So we think we played well. Middle Illini Conference champions, sharing that with Metamora. But overall, we had a pretty good season.
So looking at your whole career, I mean, is there like a game that stands out or a series of games or anything that kind of jumps to the forefront when you think back high school basketball career?
Yeah, definitely Metamora at home. Every year it's always packed. Even away at Metamora, those games are always the most fun. You get the full crowd, they're turning people away. So those games are definitely the most fun for sure.
Awesome. And, let's go to the future for a second here, right? Because you can get the opportunity to continue your basketball career. So tell us what you're doing next year, where you're going to play, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, next year I'm going to Florida Gulf Coast to play down there. So.
And kind of maybe just take us through, I mean, obviously recruiting process can take a while, but maybe some of the highlights or kind of what led you to that decision.
Yeah, so my family's always looked down towards that area, Fort Myers. And so when we went down there for a vacation, was talking with the coach a little bit, he was able to show us around campus, and being that there's a beach on campus,
nice.
and the super nice coaching staff and the team it's all super fun to be a part of.
Awesome. And then we'll finish with this. If you could give like a piece of advice to maybe the younger players, right, like the guys that are coming back next year, what would be kind of your advice for guys that are going to continue their high school careers?
Find your role. You don't have to be a scorer every time, and just if you can perfect your role, you'll be really good and you'll get on the court for sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Evan, and good luck next year.
Thank you.
Welcome back here with Gus Rugards, senior basketball player. Gus, season just ended. Just kind of talk about, as a whole, how'd the season go?
It went really well. Obviously, we tied the school record, 28-5. Can't complain. Lots of great competition. It was really fun just to be with the guys and connect with them, and then just had a great year.
And then, obviously you talk about there's a lot of great things to talk about, but is there one moment or one thing that kind of stands out as this is what I'm really going to remember from this season?
It's got to be beating Metamora, which I'm sure everyone on our team would say because they're just so talented and good, and they've been the topic of discussion for the past couple of years. So, but we knew we were right up there with them this year, and we're just glad we could defeat them one time.
Let's talk about kind of your season. What did you take just personally from this year? Maybe something that was maybe a goal that you met or something that you feel like maybe developed in your game or something along those lines?
At the beginning of the year, Coach Zeller had us write down one goal we wanted as a team, and my goal was to win conference. And then so we knew that was going to be tough with all the great teams in there, but we got it done this year, and that was that was good.
Awesome. And then, kind of looking kind of big picture here, I guess, right? Obviously, you've been a part of this for a long time. You've been around Morton basketball even longer than just your high school years. If you're thinking about maybe some, 8th grader now who's going to come into high school basketball next year, what would be advice that you would give that kid?
I would say just enjoy it because it goes by super fast. To know that I'm already done with high school and basketball is absolutely crazy. So I would just say just enjoy it and work hard.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Gus. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So best of luck to Gus and Evan as they go on to their future endeavors, what those might hold. We heard that Evan's going to go to Florida Gulf Coast University, so he'll be, I think he mentioned in his thing, he's going to go to the beach, right?
Yeah.
Beach on campus.
It's hard to say
tough.
no to that.
I mean, we don't get too many beaches here in Morton, but great job right there. And then Karen Controlla also went and wrestled for the girls' state championship wrestling last weekend, competed, had some tough draws right there, but shout out to her. So great job on another season right there. What do we got left?
Let's do this. Let's watch a couple highlight packages. Let's go back to basketball for a little bit. We got season highlights for both the boys and the girls. Let's take a look at both of those packages.
Here, Barlow takes it away, going the other way. He goes up and slams it home. Evan Barlow, exclamation point there, gives the Potters their largest lead of the night at 14. West double team, gets it off to Boker. Cal kicks it off to Barlow. Barlow goes up and dunks it. Great passing there. Trip Rugard with it for the Potters. Here's Gus with it. Off the window, and one opportunity for Gus there. This is Selke. He turns the corner, gets it off to Tripp. Tripp left-hand dribble, gets it into the paint. Over to Silas Steffen, open for three. Good. Back, and it will be taken back. Cal Boker, open court. He'll go up and dunk it. And that's an energy bringer early on. Lift the energy quite quickly. The cut there. Tripp, open from the wing, up and in. Big shot, Trip Rugard there. Cal Boker tips it. Gus Rugard gets it. Gus is going to go all the way to the hoop and score. Ball is knocked around. Trip Rugard with it. Gus is open.
Nice look.
Feeds him. Reverse and good.
Rugard to Rugard right there. Nice look by Tripp to get that ball up ahead.
Gus slows it down. In control here. He's going to get a screen from Wes, and he's going to, I assume, start this with about 8 seconds. Here he goes. Gus, Vanderheit on him. Gus to the hoop. Gets across court. Silas Steffen. Wes Gudeman open for three in the win. Good! Wes Gudeman at the buzzer. And the Potters 58-55. They beat the Panthers. They stay in first place. And Wes Gudeman is going to be mobbed.
He's being mobbed. I love it.
What a game for Wes. That caps it with 26.
Wow.
Fantastic ball game.
Oh, my goodness.
I got to tell you, Troy, that might have been one of the most exciting finishes I've seen.
Oh, my gosh. I tell you what, I love the Metamora game. I called that game, a month or so ago, and that was awesome. But
Short there. Katie Brock fighting for a rebound. Comes away with it. Gets it to Izzy Hutchinson, and she scores.
Look at that assist. Izzy points over to Katie.
Van Men, an offensive rebound. Katie Brock with it. Addie Engel thought about the three. Instead, she'll drive it all the way to the hoop and score.
Easy layup right there. Great ball movement by the Potters. Great job by Ellie Van Minen to keep that ball alive, get it out, and then good vision. We just talked about Katie Brock to get it to Addie Engel.
Felt the offensive rebound. Anya Ruxlow
nice
drives off the window and
nice
scores. Offense, Hutchinson. Anya Ruxlow. Anya's going to drive, kick it to Magalopko, up, and she scores.
Nice job. Nice pass by Anya Ruxlow. Good finish by Magdalopko.
The rim, and Van Menen rebounds. Rock into Abby Van Menen, and she scores. Abby, backdoor, Izzy Hutchinson lays it in. The huddle. This is Ellie Van Menen with it, guarded by Tibbs. Hutchinson up top now. Redland Schaefer guards her. Little screen for Ellie. She's going to fire the three there and swishes it home.
Knocks it. That's huge.
And a lot of energy from Ellie when she hit that. So she is fired up, and the Potter Dome is fired up.
How about that?
Addie Engel now is going to drive it with the right hand, and good. Huge play there.
That's what we needed. Anyway, I don't know if she made it.
Gilsburg doing a really good job just being very physical. Here's Abby Van Menen, her first basket of the night. Potters back up 4.
Very nice, almost.
Yeah, and that one is taken away. Addie Engel. Addie's going to go up and score.
I'm going to want to make Bob smile.
Is too strong. Addie Engel, strong rebound.
Great board.
So Potters up 9. Ellie Van Menen, 3 on the way. Good! Huge three.
Huge one.
So as you can see those highlights right there, great seasons by all of our winter sports teams, girls basketball, boys basketball. Great job with our wrestling teams, our boys swim and dive, everything right there. But now we're moving on to spring sports, and I think hopefully in the near coming weeks here we're going to bring in some spring coaches, do some spring previews as we get the ability this year, kind of weirdly, outside, which is kind of a different one for track, tennis, baseball, softball, soccer. They're all outside because it's 60 degrees, which is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic first week of spring sports for tryouts and early practices. Hopefully the weather continues to be really nice, and maybe we get those games in the early part of the season, right? A lot of times those March games end up getting canceled, but fingers crossed, maybe not this year.
Let's hope so. So, for Ryan Lilly, American Buyers, until next week, thanks, y'all.